wow, so you no, so you're like the relationship guy. I see that a lot. You do talk a lot about relationships. You talk from you're married, so you're
happily married. You got to put the happily in front of it. It's a difference.
It's a huge difference.
Absolutely,
it's a huge.
That means my wife's probably somewhere smiling, thinking about me right now. Happily
as
married.
She should. Happily married. So as a woman who's done that, there's been seasons where I've been happily married. There's been seasons where it didn't work. We're on the other side of that spectrum. Divorcee, back in this single dating market. Shit is so different now. I'm like 14, 15 years out. Yeah, so we were together 13, married 9, 10, something like that. So 2 kids, both came through marriage, that type of thing. Dating back around, it's just like, it's weird. My question is, as a female who's like interested in doing it, there is still like some anxiety around it. There's still some level of reserve, even with knowing like what my values are, knowing what I desire, knowing what I want, knowing what I have the capacity for, because that's the thing that a lot of women don't be honest with. We want all of this, but we don't be real with ourselves and saying, I don't even have the capacity for it. I don't even have the space, the time, the energy, the experience for it, whatever. So, back on the other side of the spectrum, I'm finding that there's this huge divide where like people aren't believing in like being in relationships anymore. It just feels so divided now. Why do you think that is? Like, why do you feel that there's just such this stigma that men don't want to be with women, women don't want to be with men, but we want to be together, but we just... What is up with this energy that's out here? Because it's ghetto.
So first and foremost, that is only a reality on the internet. There's this stigma or this narrative that is being painted that people don't like love, that people hate love, that everybody wants to be single and everybody is better off not having a man or not being in a relationship, right? And that is false. But what I want to give you, because I have counseled over 60,000 women, that's why I'm an expert in my field. A lot of women that are getting out of these relationships, a lot of you don't know how to date properly. And the reason why you don't know how to date properly is because some women only know how to be a wife. Some women only know how to be a girlfriend. So to get out here and have to navigate dating and to play the mind games and to try to figure out, should I call or should I cook or should I clean or am I doing too much? Right? So this is something that you guys go through, because if you're dealing with a man that is not looking to court you in order for you to be his wife, you're trying to play this game of, do I pull back? How much do I give? And how much do I not give? Right? And so this is how you put yourself in a weird space, because you're trying to save things for marriage, or you're trying to date for marriage. And I always tell women, once you go out here and you're dating for marriage, you're setting yourself up for failure. You have to learn how to date just to date. And you also have to learn how to compartmentalize when you're dating. Because what will happen is, if I go out here and I say I'm dating for marriage, every man that I am dealing with, guess what I'm going to be in my mind? Well, this is going to be my potential husband. And so I'm going to move like he's a potential husband. And so what you have to learn about this dating scene, some of these men, as much as y'all are going to hate this, is just going to be some sex. Some of these men are just going to be dinner. Some of these men are just going to be for a good time. Some of these men are just going to be for conversation. Some of these men just might be a little bit of help on the car bill. Some of these men might just be a little bit of help around the house. Every man is not meant to be dated for a potential husband. That's the first mistake that a lot of you women make. And then we have to go to the second one. When you get out of these long relationships, right? You have to reinvent you, because the woman that you used to be, she's never coming back. And so the mistake that a lot of you women make is that you're trying to find who you used to be. You're trying to get back to who you used to be. And 14 years, 15 years have went by. The only thing in this world that is consistent is change. You don't come the same. You don't laugh the same. You don't react to touches the same. Food doesn't even taste the same to you. And like most good women, if anybody that's been a wife, you're a wife, you've been a wife, great women, they turn into two things when they're in a marriage. If you ask them, who are you? They'll say, I'm a good mother and I'm a good wife. They lose their identity in a long marriage. So when you get out of this, most women lose their identity. And majority lose their identity. If you ask a woman, what's your favorite football team? The 49ers. Who team is that?
My husband.
Your husband. Listen, I can agree.
And just to add on to what bro was saying, use your discernment.
Use your discernment, right? A lot of your women swear up and down they have their intuition. The intuition is good. The intuition is great. Yada, yada, yada. Use your discernment. Once again, you got it. Use it. But a lot of you women don't want to use it. A lot of you women want to go out for the bad guys. A lot of you women want to go out for guys that they feel that they can change, when that's just not the case. And once again, going back to what the man is saying, he is saying, number one, being that you're a woman with multiple kids. I guess you've been divorced or whatnot. I don't know if she was going off of a scenario or her actual situation, right? I don't know if I heard that part correctly, but at the end of the day, if you're talking about the situation of having kids and then you're trying to go back out on the dating scene, why is it hard and why is it this? And he's just saying a lot of your women are coming in it with a wrong idea, and to some degree, I can agree with him. Sadly, not every guy wants to cuff you. Not every guy wants to cuff you. So when y'all women want to sit here and avoid and knock away those coffee dates, you kind of missing out on the type of men that you could attract, right? And a lot of you women try to hold out because here's the reason. Here's an issue with a lot of guys, right? Here's a point of contention for a lot of guys. They're like, okay, well, hey, I want to deal with this chick. Maybe it could go somewhere, but definitely, man, I might want to get me some. I might want to get me some in return. It could be second or third night. But a lot of you women saying, hey, well, nah, I'm waiting till marriage. I'm waiting till this. I'm waiting till that. And it's like, okay, well, ma'am, you got a couple of kids. Well, ma'am, you've been ran through, and now all of a sudden you want me to take you seriously, which once again, it could get to that point. But a lot of your women come off. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It come off desperate. It comes off as, okay, this chick, she might be a problem. She might be a problem. The fact that you can sit here and just squander your value. You can sit here and squander your value well before you find me. Now all of a sudden you want me to cuff. Now all of a sudden you want me to wait. Now you want to wait till marriage. And once again, it ain't just a woman out here just throwing a cooch all around. But at the end of the day, if you are giving it up, or if you have a child, ain't no way in hell you're going to be sitting over here talking, or at least talking to me about something. Well, I want to wait till marriage. I'm just be honest with you, like, to any guy, that's going to be a turnoff. Because if you really felt this way, you would have been did it, right? But now all of a sudden you want to do it, and now you're trying to put restrictions on me when that's just not the case. When I would hate to say it, because I could understand why a woman is coming here and saying, well, maybe I need to make a change. Let me stay off some wee and let me just try to get to know some of these men. Sad to say, sometimes it's just too late for that, because some guys going to look at that. They're going to look at the situation. Yo, you done slept with so-and-so, you done been ran through, or for a lot of times in her situation, you have a kid. Why in the world, why do you think I want to sit here and wait? That's crazy. No. And like I said, when a lot of these women come with the idea that, oh, well, hey, I'm waiting till marriage, hey, well, I'm waiting till this, I'm waiting till that. A lot of guys are going to automatically look at you and be like, yeah, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it either. I'm going to try to get this box, and if I can't get it, I'm cutting her off, or I'm not even going to waste my time trying to get it, and I'm going to just cut her off anyway. Once again, as a man, they're always going to, we're going to think, well, why in the world did you not want to come with the same mindset beforehand, before you ended up having a couple of kids, before you got ran through? Because you regretted your past. Now all of a sudden you want to go ahead and you done hit your 30s, you done hit the wall. Now all of a sudden you want to go ahead and try to get a sucker to come over here and come step up for you. Nah, it doesn't work that way. And that's how a lot of your men look at it, because that's generally what it is.
With that, so that was my whole entire process.
I got a memory, don't I?
I had no clue who the fuck I was. I couldn't tell you what I liked. Like you say, what food, where I wanted to go, what I wanted to eat. And I did have to go through that process of reinventing myself. As a woman who is aware of my dating styles, because there are some dating styles I'm just not entertaining, and there are some that, depending on the person, I'm comfortable with. As a woman who is aware of as a woman who is aware of the responsibility and my capacity, because yes, I may like this dating style, like I said, but if I'm real, I can't really talk to that man Monday through Friday until like 7-8 o'clock because I'm doing all this. I really don't want to expose you to my kids just yet.
But that ain't your problem. That ain't your problem.
It's not. I didn't say it was. What I'm saying is, as a woman who is aware of that, coming on the outside,
trying to talk to you.
But I don't have. I'm honest with myself.
Yeah,
I'm
and
lost.
saying that it's a two-way street.
For sure.
Just like he wants to show me he's interested in me, I have to show him that I'm interested in him.
I agree.
What I'm saying is, sometimes I have to be honest that I don't even have the capacity to go after and to force what the fuck I say I want.
Damn.
Because if I'm being real, I want it in my head, I want it in my heart because I did it. I'm used to it. I'm accustomed to it. That is what I am designed to be. That is my divine feminine, that I should be a wife. I can't do nothing but exude wife energy. But if I'm honest, I don't have the capacity to give that right now. Because I'm in a space of, I'm by myself. I no longer have that partner.
That's accountability.
So
I mean,
it's kind of
are we
like
staying
when you're
indoors?
navigating that space.
How are you working
when
on you?
knowing that, right?
Right.
And then you have people that don't know that and aren't aware of that. How do you stay active in?
How about the women that are scared of that? And how about the women How about the women who act as if, right, they're ready for a relationship? How about the women who act as if they're healed? How about the women who act as if they've done the work, but when they meet a guy, right, they secretly pick him apart because they're self-sabotaging?
Yeah.
Do you know how many of these women are petrified of love? They got the false belief that they want a man. They got the false belief that they need a man. They got the false belief that they're ready for a man, and they'll get a man, and they're loving him with one eye open because they feel like love has to be a catch. Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
No.
The self-sabotage is real.
Yeah, and I think that's where you're hitting on. I think that's what you're touching on. B is, because there is a fear that's there. I'm hearing that there's not only just the fear, but there's also I just don't have the capacity where I'm at in my life to love, to give it, to be everything that someone would need. But yet you're still out in the. And I'm also hearing there's still expectations out in the dating world.
I'm not saying I don't have the capacity to love and get what I need. I'm saying, honestly, what is required of really dating and getting out there in that instance, I don't have that time or that energy for that. But you kind of do have the capacity if someone is coming along and they're able to properly provide a safe space, provide what you need in that instance. A lot of guys are fearful of coming in to do that because the mindset for women is the complete opposite.
And can I really quickly?
Now there is two things to break down from what they're talking about. Now, number one, she's saying that she doesn't have the capacity pretty much to be a wife. Now, towards the end, she kind of switched it up and says, well, you know what? I kind of have it. It's just that, hey, well, I don't have the drive to go out here and want to go be a wife. Once again, you just don't have it at all. You don't have it at all. It's either you do or you don't. It's either you do or you don't. It sounds like these women are just trying to be an independent, submissive woman, right? They say, oh, you got a lot of women nowadays saying, well, I'm an independent, submissive woman. I'm an independent, traditional woman. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's either you're independent or you're submissive. Either you're independent or you're traditional. It can't but it does not go together whatsoever. But this is how a lot of your women are thinking. Now they hit home on that second part, right? But a lot of your women are just lazy. A lot of your women don't care to go ahead and say, hey, well, listen, let me make changes that I need to make so I can go ahead and acquire the man that I need to acquire. And a lot of times they are not going to be able to get the exact man that they want, right? They have crazy standards and they miss out on good guys every single day. That's the thing about it. They miss out on good guys every single day. It's just not a guy that they would want. These two sisters on this planet, you will not see them dating a guy, man, who look like Jordan from the Bernie Mac show, right? Who he look like right now. She's not going to want to date a guy like that, but she would rather sit here and complain and, oh, well, I can't do this. Well, I know what's expected, but I'm not willing to do that because I'm just not in that headspace right now. Ma'am, so you acknowledge where you are at right now, but you're choosing not to want to get into that. And then come later on down the road, you're going to want to complain because, hey, well, where are the good men at? Nobody want to give me an opportunity. Nobody want to give me a chance. Trying to make it as if it's a man issue when it's really not a man's problem. Because once again, if we're being honest here, since first wave feminism until now, so since 1840s or 1848 until 2025, women's roles has always changed while the man's role has always stayed the same. Now, the man's role has always stayed the same forever, since the beginning of time, but women always trying to change the role. Now they want to be sexually liberated. Now they want to tell you what they're going to do. You can't tone police them. You can't sit here and tell them what to wear. You can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them nothing. And they want to be sexually liberated. And then when you go out here and have some children, then you want to try to pawn them off on another guy. And then when men are saying, oh, I don't want to deal with that, you have women getting upset. And now you're sitting here you're trying to sit here and tell us that, hey, well, listen, being that I got a kid and all this extra stuff, are you really going to be on my program? No, ma'am, you're going to have to be on his program. Because as you hear the other chick say, she's like, well, that's not your problem. That's his problem if he doesn't text you. Ma'am, who the fuck? First of all, you got some kids on your hips, right? You got some kids on your hip. So at least show some damn respect and relax. If I can't text you right then and there, I can't text you. If it's hard for me to communicate with you throughout the day, it's hard for me to communicate. Right. But once again, we're in an economy where people ain't got time to be just sitting over here just dishing out money all willy nilly. Right. So listen, like it's the idea. And then when the guy says he brings up the point that a lot of your women, man, are scared to do the right thing. And do the right thing, they're scared to be submissive. They're scared to be traditional. You hear a lot of these women talking about, oh, well, I'm healed, I'm healing, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. Just to then jump into the relationship and they're not even the woman that they claim to be. You hear so many women, you see so many women on Instagram say this shit every single day. Well, I'm on my spiritual healing. I'm on my journey. I'm over here doing this. I'm doing that. I've been working on myself. You hear that all the time. I've been working on myself. I'm healing. But yet, once again, and they will always, it's anytime they break up with their man, it's always the man's fault. It's never their fault. Understand that it's never their fault. And they will always say, well, I was healing. I had to go over myself, yada, yada, yada. But every relationship that they jump into, you get the same outcome, the same result. But yet I thought you were healing. Yet I thought you were fixing yourself. You hear a lot of sisters say that. But then they jump into a whole new relationship and it's the same thing over and over. It's because they aren't healed. They have a very screwed mindset to the point where they think one thing, but really they're doing another. They say one thing, they're doing another. This right here is just showing how a lot of your sisters just don't want to be submissive. Now she says, hey, well, listen, I have it in my mind. I think it in my heart. It's just that I just don't have the capacity for that. Why don't you? Why don't you? You can acknowledge it. Why don't you? All right, why don't you want to be somebody's wife? Now, granted, because you probably you got a couple of kids and men are kind of just looking over you. I'm pretty sure it's kind of discouraging. But at the end of the day, you know what to do to make the change, but you don't want to. Doesn't make any sense. But hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all do me a huge favor. Let me a like, let me a comment, subscribe to the channel.